White people smell like dogs.
Mookie, go get that red bag with that peroxide in it. Oh, Lordy Jesus, I got it. I can't do it.
White people's food is bland. White people have flat butts. White people can't dance. All white people are racist. White people let their kids do whatever the hell they want to do. White people should be exterminated. White people should be exterminated. Who put that on the list? White people don't know how to make potato salad. Pretty nasty stuff. And you know the crazy part is, some of you are laughing at this, some of you agree with this, and some of you think it's perfectly fine to say all of this. But let's just imagine for a second. Let's just imagine that a white person took to social media and said these very same things about black people. Black people smell like dogs. Black people's food is a recipe for diabetes and hypertension. Wait, that one might be true. Black people's butts are too big. Black people don't take care of their kids. All black people should be exterminated. The minute you hear that, you hear this.
It's the caucasity for me. Yeah, I just merged two words, Caucasian and audacity, caucasity.
Honestly, I don't know why people are surprised. This is typical white people being typical white people, going off on their racist rants against black people, especially indigenous black people.
They can continue crying their mayonnaise-filled tears because we don't care.
Or you hear this. Black people are racist. Okay, let me see how many woke phrases I can include in my response to that. Okay, so when you think about the systemic oppression that black people have faced, and I'm not even talking about the hundreds of years of slavery that we have been forced to deal with, but I'm talking about the systemic oppression that black people, yep, you get all that. So today we're going to be taking a look at a few TikToks because isn't that where we go to hear racist sounding off? I don't know. I've been seeing this trend of a lot of black content creators, and it's been happening for a while now, but especially now, it just seems like these people are emboldened, going on social media platforms and saying the most disgusting, vile, racist things about white people and seeing absolutely nothing wrong with making these statements. So we're going to get into those TikToks. By the way, this video is sponsored by Ground News. We'll talk a little bit more about them later on in the video. So y'all ready? Y'all good? Let's talk. Hello everyone, my name is Rogan and this is Bahamian Gyal. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time coming across my platform, I do social commentary and reaction videos on my channel, and I also encourage my audience to have private conversations in public. So let's get it. So let's take a listen to this video. This next video, it starts off with this black guy making a racist remark. To me, it is very racist. And this is a white young man who is defending him. So let's take a listen.
What them crackers doing outside? What them people doing?
I absolutely hate when we do this. First of all, destroying is from Florida, and that's one of their biggest slang words that they use for police and white people. And then all the comments and the captions talking about, well, if it was the other way around, it would be bad. Obviously, the N-word has more of a negative connotation than cracker. I can let fly however I want to. Cracker this, cracker like, who cares? If you get offended as a white person because somebody called you a cracker, you're soft. Let's stop trying to be oppressed.
Let's stop trying to be oppressed. So let's just stop right here and say this. Let me say this. The word cracker would not be associated with a Hispanic person or a black person or a Middle Eastern person or an Asian person. It is a racial slur. It is a slur that is used towards white people exclusively, or as he says, police officers, but white police officers, because nobody's calling a black police officer cracker, okay? And to say to someone to just get over it, or you're being soft or so weak, or you're trying to be oppressed, I don't know how one is trying to be oppressed because they don't want to be called a racist slur. And I've seen this thing happen on social media, particularly on TikTok, where you have a lot of white content creators or people who are white just weighing in on conversations, and they're so quick to just be like, oh, just shut up, it's not the same thing. I don't think it should be that. You know, there's a way to be an ally and still defend your race. There's a way to be an ally and still call out like foolishness and to speak truth. And to just kind of dismiss someone's concerns and say, oh, you're just trying to be a victim. Stop trying to be a victim. Don't agree with it. Because I don't want to be called a cracker. If I'm white, I don't want to be called a cracker. So I don't agree with this young man at all. I think, you know, there's a way to have a conversation, and it certainly ain't this way, because this was just incredibly dismissive. It was like, shut up. What are you complaining about? It's not the same thing. Yes, the cracker and the N-word are not the same thing, but they're both bad words. So it's a spectrum. I just find that we're just getting increasingly rude and dismissive of people's, the way they want to be identified. You know, we live in an age, in a society where people say respect people's identity and respect how they want to be referred to, how they want to be called. And you're bigoted if you call them something else. But the minute somebody, a white person, says, I don't want to be called cracker, I think that is incredibly racist and dismissive and hurtful. And you just say, get over it. You know. Let's go to another video. This video right here. This girl looks to be biracial. She looks to me to be biracial. I remember seeing this a while back, and I just remember just rolling my eyes like constantly because she just irritated the crap out of me. So this guy, I guess he's a content creator. He stops, and this seems to be like in the UK. He stops this girl who looks very much so biracial, and asks, basically, can you be racist to white people? Which it's such a basic question because, I mean, obviously, yes, you can. But just listen to her response. Her educated response. Let's go.
Can you be racist to white people?
No.
Why not?
Listen, educate yourself on racism. You cannot be racist to white people.
But how? Why?
If you look it up, you'll understand. Cracker.
That's racist?
No, it's not racist. There's a difference.
If it was the other way around, then I'm racist.
Yes, because who was enslaved?
Why are we throwing it back that far?
Who was enslaved?
Have you ever thought, like, maybe racism isn't real? The higher powers are just controlling and doing that so we fight amongst each other?
Be for real.
I'm being for real. I don't believe in it. Like, why can't we all just be friends?
Cracker.
Now, let me say a few things. I totally disagreed with him towards the end. I don't know what he was talking about. He just kind of went left with that last statement about the powers that be just doing this so we can all just kind of fight amongst each other. No, racism absolutely exists. Now, this seems very heavily edited, so I'm going to be careful here because I'm trying to figure out if she is calling him cracker or she was saying cracker in response to something else and they edited it to make it seem like she said it. I don't know because the edits kind of threw me off. But the fact that she feels like you cannot be racist towards white people is just mind-blowing to me because, and she says, she references slavery. And, I've gotten into this with people before and we've been in, having conversations in the comment section, but white people were enslaved as well. The Slavs, where do you think the word slave originates from? Okay, you have had white slaves throughout history, so I don't know what she's talking about. And you can absolutely be racist towards white people. I don't understand why people think that that's not a thing. If she did, in fact, call him cracker, just disgusting. Because had he said, okay, N-word, the social justice warriors online would have been destroying this man, doxing this man. So, yeah. This girl she just seems very ignorant and entitled and just incredibly rude. I want to go to this next video. This one right here. This is just like mind-blowing to me because this man is calling for the extermination of white people. He's black with dreadlocks. Is a black man saying, exterminate white people. But I just want you to hear what he has to say because this is very reminiscent of Mein Führer. It reminds me very much of Hitler. Just take a listen to this garbage.
And the one idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem. Now, I don't care whether you clap or not, but I'm saying to you that we need to solve this problem because they are going to kill us. And I will leave on that. So we have to just set up our own system and stop playing and get very serious.
I don't know if this man has a mental defect. I don't even know how the FBI and CIA and whatnot weren't like at his doorstep or keeping an eye on him. Because when you're saying things like exterminate white people, can you imagine if a white person had said that? Can you imagine if a white person had said we need to exterminate? I mean, and they have said that, right? But I'm talking about today. If they got on a platform, and this says that this was on C-SPAN, that we need to exterminate black people or exterminate Muslims or exterminate Jewish people. Or come on. I think he would have gotten a visit on his doorstep by somebody in authority. And the idiots, and I'm going to say idiots because, and I usually try to just keep it civil and say, silly people. No, the idiots who were clapping in the audience. And he said, I don't care if you clap for me or not. I'm glad some people didn't clap for him. But the idiots who decided that, oh, that was a brilliant point, let me clap for the extermination of white people. It's just mind-blowing. I saw this video and I thought it was a joke at first. Like I literally just was like, okay, let me wait for the punchline here. Like I thought he was going to say, that is the dumb thinking that people have or something. And he just went on and on. I don't care if you clap for me or not, but this is basically what we need to do to stop them from killing us. No, I don't think the extermination, the wiping out of an entire race of people is the solution. This man is an idiot, and the people who clap for him were idiots, absolute idiots. And he's an author, just vile. There are people who support these messages, but they don't consider that to be racist or dangerous. One of the things I often read in my comment section is that they love the fact that I'm fair and I'm balanced. And if I'm being honest, that's probably the greatest compliment that anyone can give me. And I try very hard to be fair because not only is it the right thing to do, but I think that you deserve that. But even when I'm doing research for my videos, I find it very difficult sometimes to find objective and balanced coverage. Luckily for me, I have Ground News. It's an app and a website that gathers all the world's media in one place so readers can compare coverage and see the full picture of what's being reported around the world. Now, you can compare headlines from articles reporting on the same story to see differences in language and how that can shape public opinion. Doing that helps you to develop a greater ability to communicate, discern, and analyze what's really going on by gaining a deeper understanding of the complexity and nuance of different issues by comparing media narratives. Basically, it helps you to find your blind spot and to stay open-minded. And I've got a real treat for you today. You can subscribe through my link for 30% off unlimited access before October 30th. So go to ground.news/thisBahamianGyal to stay informed on breaking news as it's happening locally and around the world. Let me read that link again. It is ground.news/thisBahamianGyal. Trust me, baby, you will not regret it. You will not regret it. If you're open-minded and you like fair and balanced coverage, you are going to love this platform, I promise you. Now, let's get back to the video. I want to play this next video, but I want to prepare you all for this next one. Because this was a black man went on a complete racist tirade in a New York City subway station. Isn't that where it always goes down? But this one felt very menacing. Usually, you know, someone who has mental issues just does and says some things that might make you laugh on the back end, but there was nothing laughable about this. It was very frightening to see this white family sitting there minding their business and their child is sitting in the middle. And this man is just going off in the most belligerent and ballistic way. He went completely ballistic. And I don't even know what the end result was of this, but I'm just so glad that, you know, it doesn't seem like he attacked them physically, but I want you to just hear what he has to say. And I'm going to have to censor a lot of this because he just was cussing up a storm. But just keep in mind that there's a young child present sitting here. So just be prepared for that because it's going to be real nasty.
Take them back to Europe with y'all. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Caribbean, African citizens. Boy. Shut up, your ugly body. Nasty ass, mutating, permutating, corrugating, mediolating, skin tint. Shut up, your body don't even last long enough. I'm gonna look younger than him by the time he's my age. I don't care about them ugly ass kids in your race. Shut up. Plastic ass body. Little debilitated, enervated, emasculated people, incapacitated, indisposed, emaciating, attenuating, tenuous body. I don't care about you. Shut up, you white monkey. You a dog in this country. You're a dog. You're nothing over here. You are a dog. Shut up. I'm Black American. I'm over you.
Now, I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, none of that. So I don't know if this man has some sort of mental defect. He seems so. Or he could very well be quite sane and just be very angry because I don't know if you heard he was just lashing out at gay people, Caribbean people, African people. I guess he hates everyone who's not Black American. I couldn't imagine like the sheer terror I would feel sitting on that subway train and hearing him go off and say these very vile things and just getting so close to these people as well. This goes beyond just racism. This was like just a verbal beatdown, a verbal assault. And this was just really sad to watch as well. And here's why, you know, beyond the fact that I was so disturbed by this video, I was even more disturbed that there were people, again, and this is, you know, I always gauge in it, in the comments section, there are people who are like, this is so sad. I feel sorry for the families, you know, for that family, and that poor little kid had to be subjected to that. There were those comments, but there were also people who were like, well, they got what they deserve. That's what white people deserve. They, you know, this is how they treat black people. I wish we would just stop ascribing isolated incidents to a whole race of people. Isn't that what we as black people hate? Don't we hate when white people have an encounter with a black person and then they say that's all black people? We don't know this family. We don't know them at all, right? And the fact that people could see a moment like this where an innocent child is there and people are just sitting there, and I don't even know that they said anything to precipitate this man going off. He just seemed like he just was on a rant. But there are people in the comment section that were just co-signing this, this man, the black guy that is. And it just kind of, and I hate to keep saying it makes me sick, or, you know, it irritates me, but it really does make me sick that people think like that there are people in the world who think that that's just so appropriate and it's okay. Just not much to say about this video, except it's very disturbing. And obviously he has some deep rooted issues about anyone who is not Black American, just based on his little rant. But again, he may have mental issues, who knows? But that was just a disgusting display. It really was. Let me just jump to the next video. I'm not going to set it up. It's very short. So let me just jump to the next video.
Black people can be racist. Yeah, they certainly can be. Unfortunately, I definitely grew up.
Baby, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. I love you, but black people cannot be racist. We can only be extremely prejudiced.
It is the year of our Lord 2022, and there's still people who say dumb stuff like this. I'm convinced anyone who says this, or you can't be racist to white people, have no understanding of that term.
You can't be racist, you can only be prejudiced. Let me go get my dictionary. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Definition of racist. Characterized by or showing prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group. Now, let me add on the rest. Typically, one that is a minority or marginalized. Typically. I give you that point. Typically. But that doesn't mean exclusively. Okay? That does not mean exclusively. Typically, this is where it happens. Doesn't mean exclusively. Baby! I am over these people. Anyway, folks, that brings me to the end of this video. Do I have a question of the day? Sure, I have a question of the day. Let me ask the white folks in the who are going to be watching. Just drop their responses in the comments section. Have you ever been called cracker or any other racial slur? Have you been called these things by a black person, that is? And what was your response? How did it make you feel? Be honest. Do you regard the word cracker as a racist or racial slur? Anyway, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Leave comments down below. It helps with the analytics. And of course, subscribe to this channel. Take a look at all my other social commentary videos. They're in a whole playlist curated right there for you. I'll see you all next week, Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thanks so much for watching. The sermon has ended. Go in peace.